Hello from Firefly Gardens.
Hello, hello.
I'm Toby, NuMundo's storyteller, and I am hanging out with the Firefly Gardens crew. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, my name's Jolene, and this is
I'm Mateo.
Teo.
my friend Cheo. Yeah, and we have a small impact center here, just about 5-minute walk from the Cosmic Convergence Music Festival.
So we are on right off of Lake Atitlan in Guatemala. How would you describe Firefly Gardens? Permaculture farm, healing center?
It's kind of a lot of things, but it's like a permaculture farm in its early stages, but we do a lot of natural building. It's kind of a bit of a healing center we're working on creating, and we like to use a lot of recycled materials.
Yeah, we kind of sum it up as natural building and educational center currently.
Yeah, it's a nonprofit center, and it's really, we're working towards creating a cooperative here with our local friends and family.
Yeah, and also a small retreat center. As a yoga therapist, I want to host small healing adventures and retreats for people here, and then also open up the space for others to do the same.
Wonderful. So as you mentioned, you are both really passionate about recycling, about reuse, repurposing, turning trash into treasure. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I think it started for me, maybe you too, when we went to, well, before the Earthship Academy, but we attended the Earthship Academy, and they use a lot of bottles and cans in their buildings and old tires. So they're using transforming waste, because as we all know, there's no such thing as waste. So it's just a passion to, clean up the environment. There's plastic in the environment and trash out there. So we're just like, okay, we need to be able to do something with this. Like, it's a resource, not waste. So we just kind of get excited about creating building blocks to use in buildings.
And all sorts of things too. It doesn't just end with bottles and cans. We like to take any kind of waste. So we're recycling solar energy, or the energy from your environment, like permaculture. We're taking the rainwater and using that, as well as composting human manure as well. So it's every kind of waste. We try to take it out of the stream that's just going to end up into the lake or end up in the dump, and we try to turn it into valuable resources here.
And I think a lot of people, when they hear the term zero waste, they get a little bit intimidated. But you don't feel intimidated by it. You feel excited or inspired.
I would definitely say yes. Although when I first started, it is intimidating, because you're trying to eliminate using, for me personally, I'm trying to eliminate using plastic, but then it's like plastics in everything. It's so intertwined with our daily life. So it is very overwhelming. But I think taking baby steps, like one simple thing you can do is, instead of using a plastic bag at the grocery store, booyah, we use these little, where's the camera? There we go. These little drawstring bags that we got made here in Santiago at the lake, and they're cotton, handmade fabric. And we just got someone in town to sew them up. And I take these to town with me every time I go to the mercado, and I get peanuts in them or vegetables or whatever. So just one little thing at a time really helps it to be less overwhelming. And then, over a year, maybe you've incorporated a glass straw, it's like different things. It's like once a month, maybe you make a change. And I find for me, the biggest thing is to be really forgiving and not so hard on yourself, have self-compassion, which is really important in trying to transition more into zero waste lifestyle. It's like, okay, I didn't do it, but I'm not going to beat myself up about it, because that's life, and I'm trying, and we're all trying.
Yeah, I think like a lot of people can be intimidated by zero waste, but it doesn't have to be so absolute. It's just about finding simple, practical, everyday solutions for problems that we all have.
Can you share some of these other fun things that you have on the side?
Okay, so I showed the straw, obviously, but I have this like little, this goes on a mason jar, which I forgot my mason jar over in the kitchen, but you can see there's like a little straw hole here, and this fits on a mason jar. You can take this into town, you can get a juice or whatever. Let's say you're feeling like, oh, I kind of want a coffee. Well, you also can have these, and you can see this is plastic, but it's reusable. So over and over, I can replace this on my jar, and I can get a coffee or a tea.
I've never seen that. That's so cool.
Yeah, it's called a kapow. So we have that. And then I also like to sprout, so I carry my sprouting screen, and I do it with my small mason jar the same way. So we sprout as we travel. I also have, this is an onyx container. So this is like a container you can get online. And this is its lid, and you just kind of pop it on. And you can put liquid in here and it won't drip out or anything like that. And they come in all different sizes and they're super amazing.
We use these every day. They're so amazing. Another
thing we take to the market every day. We go to get whatever. And then this is just like an example of chopsticks that you can, this is a little container that holds chopsticks. And you just kind of put them together yourself. And then you have these awesome chopsticks. And then for in the bathroom, you can get yourself a bamboo toothbrush. As you can see, I think these bristles are made from bamboo, but some of them have plastic. And again, that's the thing. We have to be kind with ourselves. And we're working on that, right? And then toothpaste in a glass container that can be refilled. So a lot of places are starting to have refill shops, which is really great. And you can take your own jar and you can get toothpaste, soaps, different things like this. I'm hoping to see more of that down here at the lake as we journey forward with this kind of project. But yeah, there's all these kind of amazing options.
Teo, what do you have?
Ecoladrillo. So this is something we do here as well. Plastic is inevitable. It's everywhere. Of course, we buy it still. We use it sometimes. So when we have soft plastic, what we do is we make eco bricks. So we take a plastic bottle. There's lots of them around. And we jam soft plastic material inside. And so you just jam a lot of plastic in here. You can use a hard object like a stick or a piece of rebar, whatever. And you can actually compress about a whole garbage bag worth of soft plastic into one bottle. And then what we do is we cap it off and then we bury it into a wall. So we build with them. So it's one way of taking the plastic out of the environment so it doesn't end up in the lake or in the atmosphere or the ocean.
So this is all a good segue into what you're going to be sharing in a couple weeks. Can you talk a little bit about your, what's it called?
Bottles and Bioconstruction.
Bottles and Bioconstruction workshop.
Yeah, well, we have a passion for bioconstruction as well. So we're just kind of putting it out there, showing people that alternatives you can do with plastic bottles, but also glass bottles and broken glass. So we're doing a lot of art projects here. We're going to be doing bottle mosaic, making stained glass windows out of broken glass with old egg cartons, and vertical bottle gardens, which we'll be demonstrating at the Journey Portal as well at the festival this weekend. So we can get a taste for that there. And
yeah, it's going to be a lot of things. So it's going to be a 4-day workshop with all sorts of different skills, like Jolene mentioned, in crafting, as well as learning how to cob and make earthen plasters. And we have a great space here. We have options for camping or accommodation in our tiny home. And we have campfires and jams. And we do, we're going to end it off with the lunar eclipse on January 20th.
Yeah, have a little cacao for the lunar eclipse.
So it's going to be a really special workshop. And of course, we're also going to have Cheo and his friends. We're going to be doing a local Zutahil culture class. So Zutahil language and learning about the local Mayan culture here in Santiago.
And that workshop is an official Cosmic Convergence journey. There's a link to it in the description of this video. Is there anything else you want to say to someone who's like just getting interested in this whole zero waste concept or bioconstruction concept? And
I think just reiterating, it's all baby steps. Any goal or any dream you have and you want to achieve, it's important to break it down to smaller, achievable goals. And then you don't get so overwhelmed and so stressed out. And there's so many people around the lake, around the world, doing bioconstruction and transforming trash to treasure. So just keep following that path, and you're going to find the teachers for you. And maybe we'd happily teach you.
and also, it's really fun, and it's easy, and that's easy, and learning skills is cool, and it really gives you that empowering feeling. So we're happy to share the skills that we know.
Yeah, great. So once again, we are at NuMundo Impact Center, Firefly Gardens in Guatemala. Check out their upcoming workshop on bottles and bioconstruction and so much more. Jolene, Mateo, Teo, thank you so much for sitting down with us.
Yeah,
thank you.
Gracias.
Gracias a ustedes.